3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Well, I'm gonna try on that having fun part. This game.
Alright, so Kabuki Quantum Fighter. This is a game that we've had on SGL before. It was actually a main game. We played 2 different goals of this in a previous episode. But this is the first time this particular level has been seen on this show. This level was sort of skipped when we were carving up the game for goals for the other one. I think it's the last serious platforming section that hasn't been used in SGL yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be fighting the boss. The boss fight is a really stupid one. It's an RNG boss fight. And it's... I mean, I guess you can use the dynamite or something. I mean, there's things you can do to make it a little bit better, but it's kind of a stupid boss fight, so we're not including it in the goal. Because it sucks to make it all the way up this hellish vertical section and then have to fight a really random boss.
Yep, that's a good decision.
Yeah. But man, good mechanics in this game. It's complicated. There's a lot of different things. There's like grabbing onto those hand grips and jumping off them. Different ways you can do that. There's ice physics happening. There's conveyors. There's damage knockback that's a little difficult to get used to. There's a bunch of stuff about this that makes this a very hard speed game, but very rewarding one. I think almost everyone I've seen who's been introduced to this game has just loved it. I mean, among speedrunners in particular, but...
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
the exception of the 2 people playing it right now.
Yes, I do not love this game.
Nope, not at all.
Fuck this game.
It was one of SDA's little week-long tournaments, right?
That's right. That's where I first heard of this game. It was... I can't remember who was running the tournament. Was it... I can't remember if it was Mike89 or...
That's the best run I had by 8 seconds.
Wow, we got one in already. PB and 116.4 approximately. But yeah, this was in one of the SDA mystery game tournaments, which is something that hasn't been done in a while, right? I think it's been a while since they've done the last one.
I think so.
I'd love to run an SDA mystery tournament, weekly tournament, if anyone wants to suggest games for that or work with me on it. Let me know, because I think that'd be a fun thing to do sometime in the spring. After AGDQ's over, and we can start thinking about other things.
Absolutely.
That'll be fun.
I think Tiki won that tournament. He had
Yes.
a time of 11:01, and he was using a bad version of the ROM that would just go black at certain parts.
Right.
And he thought that was just how the game was.
Yeah, he didn't know. He thought
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
I think
just
I saw that one.
right. He thought it was just the lights turning off,
Wow.
like in Ninja
That is
Gaiden that
lovely.
happens. And he managed to crush everybody, not even seeing some of the levels. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. It took me, because after I was the guy who did Kabuki on episode 3, and because we did so much of the game during the show, I decided to learn the rest of it and start running it, and it took me a month to beat the time that he set in a week on a bad ROM.
Right. And in a week, it probably means like 2 days. I don't even know if he was really at it for the whole week. So it was pretty crazy. Just shows you how good that guy is at speedrunning.
But so I think my if I get a perfect run on the stage, the in-game timer I'm looking for is 297, but it usually ends up being more like 295.
Okay.
But while both players are taking the right path on that one spot where it diverges, I believe the left is a little faster. But you have to be good with the swinging, basically, and
I'm definitely not good.
exactly. So it's only a tiny bit faster. So I think the consistency strat of going on the right is probably the smart move for our players here. In order to get the perfect run up this thing, you have to be you can't make any mistakes at all, because the flamethrowers are all on a global timer, and it's not even that simple. I'm honestly not even sure how exactly they work. It seems like it's a global timer, but whether or not they're on or off depends on when you spawn them on the screen. So even I'm never sure exactly where the flamethrowers are going to be, and I'm making small adjustments as I go.
And yeah, you get knocked off really easily in this. And
Yep.
that usually means run over. You fall down. They've got a fair amount of health to work with. Fortunately, this game you don't get your life 100% refilled. You get a certain amount that's refilled after each boss fight, but you know, if you're really, really low, you might not get filled back up all the way. At the boss fights, which you're not going to see, you're allowed to trade in health for item power or item power for health, but during the levels you cannot, so they're stuck with whatever they've got here. And although they do have special weapons, this game does have sub-weapons that you can switch to, they aren't of much use in the platforming levels. They're mostly just for boss fights.
Yeah, there's a couple troublesome enemies that they help out for, but this stage doesn't have many enemies. I think there's like a fireball spitter you can tag with a fireball if you really want to, but this level is pure platforming.
Oh shit.
God. A lot of the time it looks like I'm just doing something really dumb, but no, it's the controls.
Yes, the ice physics in this game and the conveyor belt physics are hard to get used to. Usually in a game like this, you get on a conveyor belt and you jump and you regain your normal physics, you know. You usually end up jumping a lot on conveyor belts going the wrong way and running along conveyor belts going the right way. This game is a little different. If you jump while a conveyor belt is going the wrong way, in the air you are still under the effects of the conveyor belt, which makes no sense, but there you have it. So if you actually let off forward, you'll start drifting backwards in midair. And so, you know, you have to run right to the end of the conveyor belts to make sure that you can complete the jump with the conveyor belt pushing you backwards in midair. And ice is even weirder. Once you start sliding on ice, you are completely stuck. Sliding, you can't do it if you tap left, right. Even if you jump, you are still sliding. And sliding physics is weird. You don't like taking damage while sliding is very weird. If you get hit backwards, it's I don't know. It's a really short kind of jolt backwards, and then you'll start moving forwards at about half speed for a while. But if you are sliding and you manage to get hit forwards, the game goes nuts. You start traveling forward. I believe in the first frame is 3 pixels, and then you start accelerating 1 pixel per frame every frame. So you do 3 pixels, 4 pixels, 5 pixels. So it's not long before you're traveling 17, 18 pixels per frame, and that's fast enough to clear the screen in half a second or so. So that's how fast it is. If you're on the ground, you'll automatically stop after something like 88 pixels after over 11 frames or something. So it's pretty good. But if you get hit in midair, you will keep going longer. So there's a nifty little... Basically, the only time you can ever use it is in this stage. There's a spot with the turning gears above their heads. And if you can get on the ice, tap forward so that you're sliding, and then jump and tag your head on the gear, that will hit you forward, and you will activate the crazy damage boost. You'll fly across the screen super fast. We'll see.
Doesn't really save a lot of time though, sadly.
No, because you kind of go too far, if anything. But it is, one of those little ways to gain an edge that our guys might be looking for, and they do have a lot of health to play around with. That's the saving grace of this game is like if you had Ninja Gaiden style health where you'll typically die in 4 hits or whatever, this game would be a bit of a nightmare really. But
Right.
Yeah, they have that going.
Have we gone over exactly how damage boosting works in this game, or rather, knockback from it?
It varies depending on what state you're in. I've already talked about sliding damage boosts. If you're on a swinger or in most of the animations of your swing, and you get hit, you will tank it and just keep going right through it. Otherwise, if you're just kind of standing on normal ground, you will get hit backwards or forwards, depending on what side of the enemy you make contact with. If you are there's sections of the game where you're hanging on the ceiling and moving along, and damage boosting works a little differently there. And yeah, there's a lot of little things that can throw our players off, and it's not easy to learn it all in an hour.
But the players are doing surprisingly well with it. I think they're I mean, the fact that they've both been able to beat the goal within the practice time they've had is pretty good. This is this is one of the trickier stages, I think. I mean, the other vertical stage is also pretty tricky. This is the first of two upward stages.
Yep, they're definitely the two hardest stages in the game.
Also,
I mean-
I really don't
115.
like ice.
Oh yeah, the ice.
Ice sucks.
Yep. There's ice in both vertical sections. There's little one-block sections of ice in the other one that you have to run along. But this is the one where it will screw with you the most, I think.
Oh, by the way, we were able to train for an hour. I trained for half an hour. Whatever.
Oh no,
Oh, for this game? Really?
Yeah.
that
Oh,
sucks,
whatever.
man. That extra, as someone who's done SGL before, I can tell you that, even over 1 hour, you are still improving a lot throughout the extra half hour as you actually, do the show. So, to miss out on a half hour of practice is huge. That sucks.
It's my fault. I should have been more clear about it.
No problem. At least I got like 10 more minutes into Jackie Chan.
There you go. Some extra Jackie Chan practice.
So we can see the players are struggling a lot with the flamethrowers because they're, as I said, they're unpredictable. So you can swing into it and turn around and get a damage boost and then catch the swinger, or you can do a short swing. I don't know if I've talked about the details of swinging, but if you let go of the swinger earlier, you get a shorter swing, and it's really handy in later sections of the game. But most of the swings you want to do in this stage are full swings anyway. But you can do a shorter swing to catch a swinger without going too high and getting hit by a flamethrower, and you can also tap down to pull yourself out of the somersault animation, and that will also let you catch a swinger earlier. So there's a couple sections where you can shave a couple frames. It's not worth worrying about for our competitors, but it is there. I guess my advice is when you get thrown off, try to keep calm once you catch a swinger, because it matters which way you're facing when you start to swing. So if you're panicked and you're just jamming down the A button, you'll start swinging left and right, and it's crazy. So if you catch a swinger, just take a moment to pause, turn the right direction, figure out exactly what you want to do, and then try to get back in the game.
The hardest thing for me has been finding the edge of the platform correctly.
Yeah, there's a couple pretty tight jumps here, but platformer. It's a platformer. Your muscle memory takes over.
I don't have that yet.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
111.
getting that yet. How do
all right.
That one shaft with the 3 flamethrowers is so scary. Because even with perfect timing, you can just barely get hit and then you fall off.
All right, so we had another improvement, quite a big improvement, come in from Razielim. It's got looks like 111 and a half. We'll see what the actual time is. Definitely the ball's in Setz's court at the moment.
I won't be surprised if we see some improvements come out over these next 15 minutes.
Yeah. We are
There's
at the
still
halfway point.
a lot of time that can come off, and our players are learning and growing with every single attempt. even this very first spike ball is hard to deal with. Based on how fast you make the ascent upwards, it's possible that you can land on the ice and then land on the blue platform and then jump before the spike ball even comes out. But you have to be, pretty much perfect. Otherwise, you can jump over the spike ball as you jump off the ice and then land on the blue platform, which is what I think most of these runs will end up doing. But in that case, if you go too fast, believe it or not, you will the spike ball will be waiting for you as soon as you land on the blue platform, and it'll knock you off, and that sucks. So it's there's a lot of little timing things that are definitely hard to deal with, and the players are just kind of banging their heads against it.
Sometimes you even manage to land on top of the spike ball and get super fling to the right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the ideal one. Ideal case. That spot that Setz just went through is pretty annoying because you don't know what the state of that flamethrower is until the screen scrolls up and you're like right in its hitbox. So sometimes you swing up off that handle and just immediately get hit and knocked back down.
Yep. The safe strat there is to do a short swing over to the swinger. And the ballsy strat is to just swing up and try to turn around before you get hit by the fire. And it should boost you over and you'll catch the swinger. And you'll still have your invincibility frame so you can start swinging through the fire right away.
Oh, the god run. Oh.
Wow. So Setz just had a finished one that was not quite fast enough to beat his PB.
Ooh, Razielim just did it. What I was talking about. The jump, turn around, get hit by the fire, and catch the swinger. Well, no, he did it about 17 seconds ago, but...
Yeah.
I can do that every single time when I actually get there with the right time, but usually the timing is a bit off and the flamethrower is either already on or off, so it just doesn't work.
If it's already on, you're likely not going to catch the swinger. Sometimes you go up and all the way back down and it just never fires.
Is that on a global timer, those flamethrowers?
I believe they're on a global timer, but depending on when they scroll on screen, it depends on whether they're on or off. So there are some that I've seen that they're usually always in sync, but sometimes if you scroll them on at weird times, they'll actually be out of sync. Yeah, it's a very weird thing.
We've got 12 minutes left on the clock.
Okay, nice.
And I believe it's 64 frames of fire and then 64 frames of no fire. So about a second, really.
There also seems to be some invincibility when you're on the swing and you get hit and you don't actually fall off the swing. You just keep swinging.
Mm-hmm.
But it's rather random. Just I can't seem to reproduce it every single time.
As long as there's a couple frames as you start to come off the swinger where you'll get hit. But as long as you're either holding onto it or in the first, 75% of your swinging animation, you should tank the hit.
So we had another small improvement by Setz.
That was a little bit of an early split, and it wasn't that good anyway.
Okay. It's not the killer run that we're hoping for.
Yeah, he didn't submit it.
Oh yeah.
Sadly.
So so the official timing on Razielim's best run is 1:13, right?
Oh, that's odd.
So that 1:11.6 that's showing is a little
It's an
bit
early split.
Okay.
Yeah. The timing ends when the score starts to scroll up.
Yeah.
I think Razielim's ending its time when he hits the transition.
Yeah, that's wrong for that one.
Okay.
I'm already starting to see the guys be more comfortable with certain sections of the stage. I mean, there's the parts with the where you can't count on the flamethrowers being in a certain spot, and obviously those are always hiccups, but yeah, I'm starting to see them iron out a lot of movements.
Should have given them more levels to do then.
Oh god. Please no.
I'll be so happy once this is over.
There you have it.
Swing.
Stunning endorsement of this game.
Oh, what I really meant to say is everyone out there should play this game.
Right.
It's so great.
Yeah.
It is a good game when you're not so worried about going so fast.
It's pretty. Yeah. It's a pretty
It is
decent
a
game
good
to play
game
through.
when you're not so worried about going so fast. It plays very
It's
similar
pretty-
to
yeah, it's a pretty decent game to play.
the
through.
Ninja. What was it that's coming out? Ninja
Plays very
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja something.
Ninja. Yeah, What I was don't know. it? That's
Oh,
I've heard
uh,
it plays similar to that game. Ninja Guy.
Whoa, we've got
Wrath
double
of the
audio.
Black
Ninja
Ninja?
something.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it plays similar to that game.
Whoa, we've got
Wrath of
double
the
audio.
Black
I didn't
Ninja?
just start my stream and making sure everything's working alright. Getting
I
this
can at least say this
really-
game at least feels a lot more fluent after playing it for like so long. I can at least say this game but it doesn't help a whole lot. A lot more fluent after playing it for
Yeah,
like so
the
long.
flamethrowers and stuff are still.
It doesn't help a whole lot, sadly.
It's hard to know what they're going to be doing without a ton of practice.
Here, let me try muting these streams and see if that gets rid of the double audio. That seems to have done it.
Oh,
Wow, that's a really short delay on hitbox. It's crazy. I think it's only like 2.5, 3 seconds there. Alright. 7.5 minutes left on the clock. This is the 7-minute, 32-second warning. As soon as I get a little more bandwidth, I want to start also broadcasting to Hitbox as well, like broadcasting the finished product to it. Simulcasting. Because why not?
Yeah, it makes it easier for us on the commentator and timer end.
Right, that's true. Also, probably doing that might reduce the chances that Hitbox is going to shut me down for just using them as a restreaming server.
I'm having a problem with OBS and the emulator, but I guess I'm just gonna take care of that after I finish.
I saw the stream come up for a moment.
I'm
now it's
getting
gone.
these really weird, like, when I scroll the screen it gets incredibly choppy and there's like these weird scan lines. And it's only when OBS is open, not just like when I'm streaming, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Weird.
I'll just take care of that after I finish my practice though.
Okay. So this game, I think, had a very brief mention in Nintendo Power, if I remember correctly, because I knew about this game when I was a kid, but I'd never even, knew what it was like to play it.
I think it's like issue number 3 or something, actually. I remember looking it up because I wanted to see if someone had found something that I hadn't. And
just
they
gets a little
actually had
box, I think, right?
it had a spread, actually,
Oh, it
for,
did?
maps of the levels and stuff, yeah.
Oh. Let's see, there's got to be some index of Nintendo Power stuff, right?
Yeah, I think I've got a bookmark for that, actually. Somewhere. Yeah, Nintendo Power Index.
Oh, cool.
Oh. No, it looks like it's gone.
Dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this level does have some pretty bad stuff in it. It's just a lot of things that are just placed so that intentionally placed so that they're going to knock you off.
Yep.
Imagine if there was screen deaths. Scroll off the bottom of the screen. And die.
Oh.
That'd be great. Actually, that's probably more humane than just falling way back down and having to climb up again. Huh? Just end it all. Alright. Coming down to it, both players have enough time for maybe 2 more attempts each. Oh, look at that damage boost. Setz had the ideal damage boost there. You zip across the screen really fast. If you hit that thing just right.
It's a lot of fun.
R.I.P. Vanderon?
All the pressure's on. You're going to lose a follower.
It's okay. I've had better.
Oh. In the section, the last few flamethrowers you have to deal with, basically there's 2 ways to go about it. One is you get hit by almost all of them, but you make sure you're doing it while you're on the swinger. And that's the easiest. And the second is if they don't line up that way, you have to try to time it so that you don't get hit at all.
Aha. This game's got pretty good music, but there's some parts that are a little bit shrill. There's some kind of high-pitched parts to the instrumentation of it.
Yeah, you can feel the level 4 music in your sinuses.
Right. This is not a game to wear headphones to, I suppose. So though it is good music, we're definitely better off just listening to random chiptunes instead of that.
Yeah, I haven't actually been listening to the game at all.
Yeah, I don't think there's audio cues in this. As far as I can tell, from what I remember, I don't think there's any audio cues needed in this speedrun. But I guess, Mythical, you'd know better than me, right?
No, I wouldn't say so. There are certain times when you could use it, but there's always another visual cue that you could also use.
Mm-hmm.
But I find it helps me a lot during bosses. When I hear the ch sound when you actually hit something, that helps me get a rhythm for when to hit them again.
Okay,
but no bosses in this goal, so...
Yeah. Okay, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Setz just showed us what happens when a flamethrower is scrolled on screen at just the right time, and it's just off for a full second, and you're kind of like, wait, is it gonna go? And then you finally go, and it, bam, hits you right in the face.
Yep. Oh, right at the end he gets knocked off. That sucks. That was the final platform too. Alright, so the timer has reached 0. This is your last chance to reset.
I will take it.
And opportunity is over, so now you are stuck with whatever run you're on. It's like both players starting fresh here, almost at the same time. Only about 2 seconds between them, so this is almost like we're looking at a race. However, Razielim has the advantage in that he's already gotten a run that's about 3 seconds faster than his opponent, so he can coast.
It certainly would not be the last time that someone has pulled out
Right.
the winning run on the last run. I believe that's how I won my final match on episode 3.
Well, there you go.
I was in last and then had a great run and came in first. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm done.
I guess we'll chalk that up to the curse.
Shouldn't have said
I
anything.
blame conveyor belts.
Yep. So Setz is Dunzo. That sucks. Yeah, those conveyor belts. And yeah, there's just a lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff in this level. I don't know who picked this goal. This is terrible.
I agree.
Well, between this and the boss at the top,
Okay.
is why I did not submit this myself as a goal for the show.
Right. Right. Well, without the boss, I think it's actually a decent sized
Yeah,
chunk of
I think so.
speedrunning for this.
Like, it's really hard, but it's also pretty short, so it kind of balances out.
Okay, doke. This is that's it. Razielim's run was not fast enough to beat his PB. Raziel wins this match 113.61 to 116.15. So, congratulations on that.
Yeah, you guys did really well.
I'll never play this game again.
So does that mean my practice time is up?
Practice time's
Or
up
still-
too. Yep. No, wait, hold on. Which person was that?
Midboss?
Midboss. Okay, sorry, I'm not good with voices currently. You get. Oh yeah, no, your practice time is up. HyperZoot continues to
Okay.
be able to practice through this.
I'm gonna try to fix the stream issue then.
All right. So here we have the overall progress of what's happened so far. Match 1, Raziel won by half a second over HyperZoot. And again, Razielim wins second match, Kabuki Quantum Fighter, by about 3 seconds over Setz. Next, we're moving back to Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. This is the same goal that the players did for match 1, except it's the other two players facing off this time, Midboss and Setz. After that, we're going to be doing our second mystery game, which will be Ninja Gaiden, HyperZoot, and Midboss are going to face off in that. And finally, yes, it's a good game. Can't wait for that one. Oh, Stream 4 looks good. Except it's maybe dropping some frames, I don't know.
It's not dropping frames, that's what it looks like on my emulator.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you can see the weird, like, lines coming down, and it's just really choppy. Not...
Just like disabling arrow or changing over to the other kind of window capture work?
I'm gonna try monitor capture in a second. I wasn't on Arrow, but it's, I mean,
What Windows are you using?
just Windows 7.
7? Okay. I've heard complaints about OBS in Windows 8, but not this particular problem, and you're not using it anyway, so I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let me
Okay,
try monitor capture real quick. See if that does anything.
Alright. I see, so match 3 missions.
It's not when it's just like captured though. Like I can have OBS open and not capturing anything, and it still does it. It's really weird.
Just having it open,
Um,
weird.
Could you try setting it to disable arrow?
Even though you're not using arrow, maybe that'll help.
Where is that?
Where is it? It's somewhere. I'll have a look.
Okay, well I'll give Midboss a chance to get himself set up here.
It's under the video section.
Yeah, that's checked.
Maybe try checking it. I don't know. Or unchecking it.
Sure. Ooh, what the heck? It's different now.
It's a different kind of bad.
It's not better, but instead of like choppy, it's like really blurry when I move.
Wait, you didn't change anything in the emulator? You just changed OBS?
Yeah, this is just OBS settings. Yeah.
Weird. Okay, wait. Let's see. Could there be a different video settings in the emulator that you could change?
Okay, here we go. No, maybe. Maybe I need to. Let me try something real quick.
Alright, guys, we'll get started on this in a moment, but we want to make sure that both players have, you know, a fair setup. They're not going to get, you know, crushed by the streaming.
So do you think we'll see more 305? Will they get under 305?
305? I'm still holding out for under 3 minutes, so I don't know. Under
That's
305
pretty
would be okay.
unrealistic.
I know.
Yeah.
That's I expect to be disappointed.
I want to believe. I want to believe.
Okay, I think this is playable for me now.
Another thing that you might try in the emulator, you can go under the video settings and change the disable hardware acceleration checkbox. I've noticed that some people had trouble that was fixed by that. Maybe not this problem, but
Okay, where disable check that or uncheck that?
whatever it is, make it not that.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps, but I don't know, sometimes.
Oh, that helped a lot.
Cool. Wow. Good.
I think I did a combination of stuff. The big thing was that arrow thing, but then I went back to monitor capture and then I did that. Now I think it's good to go. Let me check Jackie Chan real quick.
Cool. Well, that's the way to do it. Just change a whole lot of stuff, so then you don't know which thing
Yeah.
fixed it.
Wait till something.
It's the first thing they teach you as a programmer is when you don't know what's broken, just change absolutely everything.
Okay, yeah, it's good now. Everything looks good on the stream.
Yep.
Stream side.
Cool. So
Alrighty.
I'll let you get your script set up, and then we'll launch.
This is the short goal.
It's the main one. We don't call them long and short anymore. That's politically
Oh.
correct.
It's actually the long goal.
Yeah, this is actually the longer goal. Yeah.
Why is it shorter? Is it shorter? I actually only counted by frames, and I don't actually know.
I never even timed myself.
This one should be longer, I think, right? Than the other
It's
one.
definitely got more splits.
Yeah, well, it's just because there's more places to break
Wait,
it up.
so are we doing the 1 through boss, or are we doing?
Yeah, 1 through
Yeah,
boss.
one up through boss. Mhm.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing the other one. Okay.
Nope. Same goal they did in match 1. We're saving that other one for the showdown match.
Fantastic. Okay. Just give me 1 second then. If I remember how to do this.
We should come up with goofy wrestling type of names for these matches. Like Fatal 4-Way, that sort of thing.
The gruesome twosome. But see, like 4 out of the 5 matches are 2-way matches, so we gotta come up with something better than that. Here we see the overall progression again. Oh, you all set up?
Go then.
Alright, let's switch back here.
One of my favorite things about this game is just like mashing buttons. There's like no delay after attacks or anything, so you can just make your guy look funny.
You can dance.
It's great.
Alright, can both players hit reset once so I can make sure your timers are starting at 0? Good, both good. Alright, are both players ready to go?
I need
I am
to
ready.
clear my splits or something. I gotta add one.
Yeah, we're using...
3?
what? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Is it 4?
I don't know.
4.
I didn't actually use
4
splits ever.
splits. 4 splits
That's
for this.
Yeah, I only remember the last one though.
Okay, so
That's
first,
the important one.
third, fourth.
Yeah, it's kind of broken up weirdly. But
Wait, so the first one, the third one's the one with the tilty platforms. Is the fourth the auto scroller?
Maybe?
the fourth... After the room with the spike pits and gray floor. Yeah, it's the auto-scroller. Is the
Okay, so
third.
it's like after the climb and then you walk out. That's it.
I sent you a link with all this shit in it.
Oh yeah, I'm reading it. Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, so the second split is after the tilty platforms. The third split is after the next one after that.
Okay, I'm good to go then.
Okay, both players are ready. Looks like the right number of splits. If you would rather put the splits on the bottom, you can.
How do I do that again?
Just keep pressing the change splits button and they'll appear on the bottom.
It's much better on the bottom.
Yeah, it's
Oh yes,
because of
it
that,
is.
the HUD stuff there. It's better to cover that up. Alright, cool. I'm
Alright.
still seeing 3 splits, though.
4 splits. There we go.
Okay, cool. Both players ready.
Ready? Good to go.
I'm good.
Oh, weird. The input display is covering up the...
Oh, here I can
Thing.
take that off.
I thought that it would... Oh, I didn't know that that covered up the drawing. That's strange. Yeah, that might be
there we
nice,
go.
just so people can see that. Alright, cool. So both players, again, are you ready?
Good to go.
I'm good.
Alright, cool. I'm going to count you down